Hey everyone, welcome back to class. In this session, we're going to talk about Unit 3 on lessons from history. What you see on this page is a list of internationally recognized buildings. Picture A is Colosseum in Rome. Picture B, but I'm not sure what that is. The picture is not very clear and I have never been there. It would be great if Angkor Wat is placed there, Picture C is Machu Picchu in Peru. And picture D is, I think that is the bird nest. The Olympic venue in China. They call it the bird nest. Now let's take a look at the vocabulary. In the warm-up 2A, 3 of the underlined adjectives in the questions are wrong. Correct them using the chart below. So let's take a look at the chart first. For places, you use ancient and modern. For buildings, you use old or new or modern. For things, you use old, new, traditional, modern, antique. Well, antique is one of its kind usually. It refers to the only one that is there in the word. And for people, we use old, young, elderly, traditional for values. Someone's belief, he is traditional, or he has a traditional belief, traditional values. For clothes, you say old-fashioned, trendy. Trendy means the latest trend, fashionable and traditional. Now let's look at the sentences. Number 1. Do you prefer ancient or modern furniture? Why? I think the word ancient here for furniture is wrong. Because furniture is a thing. You don't say ancient furniture. You say old, new or antique. Okay, but not ancient. Ancient refers to places. And these places, when you call ancient, it was built hundreds or even thousands years ago. Like Colosseum is an ancient building. Machu Picchu is an ancient building. Number 2, are you interested in wearing fashionable clothes? This is okay, yeah? Number 3, does your country have traditional dress? Yes, this is correct, traditional, for thing as well. Number 4, do you live in an elderly building? No, elderly is not for things. Elderly is for people. Number 5, are there any interesting antique places? No, we don't say antique for places. We say ancient for places or modern. In lesson 1, write a short story. This is a model when you write a short story, a narrative actually. This is good for us to also practice the narrative writing. Now here's the story. Troy. In the 8th century BC, BC means before Christ, or it is before year 1, the Greek poet Homer wrote about the Trojan War in his epic poem, The Iliad. In 2004, the tale of the Trojan War was made into an epic movie, Troy, starring Brad Pitt and Eric Bana. Like the Iliad, the movie is full of passion and the triumphs and tragedies of war. The movie begins with a party thrown by King Menelaus of Sparta to celebrate a peace treaty made between Sparta and Troy. The two kingdoms had been at war for centuries, and as a result, Trojan and Spartan trade had been declining, and some cities had fallen into ruins. Now King Priam of Troy and King Menelaus had agreed on peace terms and were looking forward to a better future. King Priam had traveled to Sparta with his 2 sons, Hector, played by Eric Bana, the eldest and heir to the throne, and Paris, a handsome but weak-willed young man. During his stay in Sparta, Paris had fallen in love with Helen, the famously beautiful wife of King Menelaus. and resolved to make her his wife. Helen, who was unhappy with Menelaus, agreed to come with Paris to Troy. While guests were celebrating, Paris and Helen escaped the party unnoticed. Paris hid Helen aboard one of Trojan's ships. Paris waited until the ship had sailed before he told his brother Hector that Helen was on the ship. From that point on, the peace was broken and war between the two kingdoms was inevitable. When he discovered that Paris had taken Helen, King Menelaus called on his brother Agamemnon, the powerful king of Argos, to help him restore his honor by getting his wife back and destroying Troy. King Agamemnon agreed to help his brother because defeating Troy would increase his wealth and power. Agamemnon put together a huge army from all over Greece. However, Troy had never been defeated in battle, and Hector was a famous warrior and hero. Victory of Agamemnon and Menelaus was not certain. King Agamemnon knew that the key to the war's success was getting the legendary Greek warrior Achilles, played by Brad Pitt, to join his army. Achilles was thought to be the greatest hero alive. Achilles agreed to fight with Agamemnon against Troy. However, he despised Agamemnon's desire for power. Achilles believed that power didn't last long, but glory gained from battle would give him eternal fame. People would remember his name forever. Troy is exciting and features several strong performances. Eric Bana is brilliant throughout the movie. Despite the performances, some people have criticized the movie for making changes to Homer's story and to the Greek myth it was based on. For example, the famous story of the Trojan horse, a key scene in Troy, never appeared in the Iliad, and the party that opens the movie is not part of the original myth. However, others have defended the changes, stating that they made the story easier to follow for modern audiences. Now here is the exercise. Read the article again and mark the statements true or false. You can answer these questions and we will discuss our answers in the Telegram group. Alright, I hope you learned something interesting today. I will see you again in my next video.